What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the corner. I'm the Dean as always, and we're gonna do another look at a Philip DeFranco thing. I'm only gonna partly talk about this first story because it's absolutely insane. And I'm not even really gonna play it. Basically, this woman has been caught using the N word and a lot of other very racist things. And then so she goes on to Instagram or whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna take accountability. I was only 13 and didn't understand the meaning of it, and blah 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 blah. Uh, First off, you learn about slavery in elementary school, or at least I did. Okay, I knew about the negative connotations of this word long before I was a teenager. I was well aware of it, as was everyone else around me. Okay. So her sitting here trying to claim that she didn't understand the context around it or understand that it was a deeply offensive word, absolute fucking horseshit. Yes, you fucking did. Um, she says that she's deeply sorry and that she wants to that it's not her anymore or whatever, and that's all great and fine and whatnot. And if she truly means these words, that she is sorry and that she isn't like this anymore or whatever, that's cool. That's great. I'm glad. But it's a flat out lie to sit here and say that you didn't understand the deeply offensive meaning behind those words at the age of 13 when you fucking learn about this shit in fucking elementary school, and by the time you're in middle school this is like full-blown conversations being had in history class. Okay, just like full stop. um but I'm not gonna really bother with like the rest of this particular part of it because that's not really why I brought up OBS. I just want to throw that in real quick. No, the reason why I brought it up was because of this next story. Because it's insane. I've done, I think, like 2 or 3 videos talking about the First Amendment. Again, just so everyone knows, I'm not a lawyer. Never claimed to be. Woo! Hit my mic. I've never claimed to be a lawyer. I have never claimed to be giving legal advice. I've never claimed any of that kind of shit. Don't try to say that I am. But the First Amendment is pretty fucking self-explanatory. So I just want to go over this, and we're
Out of
gonna play
Arizona
this.
has drawn a ton of outrage online. So let's walk through it, right? So you have this mother named Rebecca Massie who is speaking during.
So down here it says, activist Rebecca Massie went to the podium during public comment on Tuesday and criticized how much money the city attorney makes, which is totally fine. There's literally no law either in the state of Arizona or it's a federal law or any fucking city within Arizona that says you're not allowed to do this. Also, if they were to try and put in a law like that, it would immediately face massive constitutional challenges under the fact or under the premise of the First Amendment, which, in case you didn't know, basically states that no government, state or federal, is allowed to make any law that like restricts your right to speak. You're allowed to basically say whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't mean that you're free of consequences, but you are allowed to say whatever, basically whatever the fuck you want, and they can't make any law trying to quash that or stymie it or anything like that.
Public comments at a surprise city council meeting, where they're specifically criticizing the salary of the city attorney. Mayor Skip Hall then interrupts her to tell her that she was violating a rule that prevents her from using her time at the podium.
Which, by the way, your rule doesn't fucking matter, because the rule is not a law and nothing can go above the law, not even the law. Not a contract, not a rule, not a anything. Literally nothing can go above the law. It doesn't matter if she violated a city rule. You're not allowed to punish her for it. Just like full stop. Because it's First Amendment.
To lodge complaints about city employees, and all of that leading to this interaction.
That's all fine, well and good, but that's a violation of my First Amendment rights.
And I'm glad she points this out. I'm glad that she knows her rights, and I'm glad that she knows when they're being violated.
Well, this is your warning, okay?
A warning for what?
A warning for attacking the city attorney personally.
Criticizing someone who shouldn't be making like $100,000 or whatever for the bullshit they do is not attacking them personally. Okay, I don't know who the fuck this dumbass is, this fucking old fart. But that's not attacking them personally. Attacking them personally would be like me looking at the attorney general and saying that you are a fucking piece of shit and you're a fucking bastard and you deserve to rot in hell and you do nothing but lie and cheat, and that's a personal attack. Okay, me saying you shouldn't get this amount of money because you don't actually do the work that would be representative of this amount, that's not a personal attack. That's just me stating my opinion. And everyone in the entirety of the United States is allowed to do this. Absolutely everyone. It doesn't actually matter who the fuck you are. You could be literally the worst fucking federal prisoner in the history of the United States. You're still allowed to criticize people. And you're even allowed in that instance, by the way, even in that instance, you are allowed to criticize the justice system and say that you personally think that the justice system is flawed. You're allowed to do that. That is protected free speech. No one can do anything about that. You cannot be punished for that. You cannot be thrown in jail. You cannot be arrested. Nothing. That is protected free speech.
This is all factual information.
It doesn't matter.
You're violating my
It does matter. It does matter, especially if it's factual. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If I'm saying something, if I'm saying that you're making $100,000 and you don't deserve that $100,000 because of blah 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 blah, what the fuck ever, but you are not actually making $100,000, nor are you doing any of the work that I'm claiming that you are supposedly doing, right? That's a lie. That's a full-on lie. That is not allowed, right? But if I'm saying all of that and it's all factual, that is protected free speech.
First Amendment rights. I could get up here and I could swear at you for 3 straight
Yes.
minutes, and it is protected speech.
Yes, he is actually factually wrong. You can swear at anyone you want for however long you want, as long as you are not obviously saying things like racist, hateful, bigoted speech, shit like that, right? Like calling someone the N-word, right? Like, as long as you're not doing that, it's protected free speech. And hilariously enough, hateful speech, burning of the American flag is all protected under the First Amendment. This has been decided by the Supreme Court.
By the Supreme Court, it is.
No, you can't.
Why don't you look at case law?
No, you can't.
I can.
So if you want to be
Also, the chair is engaged in debate, so point of order.
Be escorted out of here?
Yeah, also she's correct. The chair has engaged with her, not this dumb old fuck. So there is order. If he wants to sit here and talk about like proper procedure or city rules or what the fuck ever, he is the one that's fucking out of line.
Do you want to be escorted out
You're
of here?
violating my First Amendment rights.
Talking.
You are violating my First Amendment rights.
That's your opinion.
Right, and Rebecca then
No, it's not an opinion. It's fact. This is fact.
acknowledges that yes, she did sign onto a form with the rules, but she said that the rules, they weren't constitutional. And then you had Mayor Hall ordering her off the floor.
Chief, could you have somebody come down here and escort Ms. Massie out of
Really,
this
is that
chamber?
necessary?
Yes, I think it is.
In front of my 10-year-old daughter, you're going to escort me
That's
out
fine.
for expressing my First Amendment rights.
She can go with you.
I'm not leaving.
Well,
Now she cannot refuse to leave. Because if she does, she can be slapped with trespass. She can be trespassed, which is a crime. So when you are told, like, by an officer, mind you, if an officer comes up to you and tells you that you have to leave, because the people who actually own the building are saying that you are no longer welcome there, you do have to leave. Like you do have to leave. That is a part of the law. So yeah.
I'm expressing my first. Do not touch me.
And so she continues to resist as an officer.
Okay. And now now you're resisting arrest, right? If she had walked out with the officer and just gone out, that would have been one thing, right? But now she is refusing to leave. I mean, I don't think they've trespassed her yet, but now she's refusing to leave. The officer is trying to get her to leave and she's not resisting arrest. Now you are committing a crime.
Cuffs her and removes her. She's trying to tell him not to touch her and asks what charges she's being detained for. He then forces her out and she leaves the frame of the video. Now with this, reports say that she was cited for criminal trespassing, and of course we've sseen that.
Okay, so yeah, she's been trespassed. When Yeah, like you can't do this, right? She had a point with the First Amendment thing. She's allowed to say all this, right? But they want to slap her with a trespass. Here's what you do, right? In this kind of situation, here's what you do. You say, okay, fine, I'm going to challenge this in court, right? Because he is clearly violating her First Amendment right, right? He's clearly violating the Constitution of the United States. He is clearly in the wrong, and he is clearly violating the law, right? So you leave with the officer, and you challenge this in court, right? What you don't do is refuse to do what the officer tells you, and then also resist arrest, because then you're hit with criminal trespass, and you're hit with you're hit with resisting arrest, and you go to jail.
That clip garner a ton of backlash, with tons of people seeing that and saying that America is becoming a fascist state and claiming that the rules she was accused of violating shouldn't exist as it violates free speech. And others adding the most power-hungry people in the world are in your local governments.
I mean, I'm just look at the fucking black I don't remember what the fuck her name was. The black mayor, the super mayor or what the fuck ever, that is like massively corrupt and like bankrupted her town in like 5 years or whatever, right? Yeah.
Really care what her political opinions are. We shouldn't be arresting citizens for criticizing government officials.
Yes, that's true. But here's the thing: she wasn't arrested because she was criticizing them. She was arrested because she was trespassing, right? Because they hit her with trespass, and because she was then resisting arrest. That's why she was arrested, not because she was criticizing them.
Story. You even had the mayor-elect of Surprise issuing a statement condemning the situation, writing as America.
I'm gonna say something before Phil finishes here. So horizontal. So here's the thing, right? Right here, condemning them, like condemning actions, sanctioning people, all this shit. It does fucking nothing, right? Condemning these actions are going to actually do absolutely fucking nothing in the long run, because condemning someone means absolutely fucking nothing, right? The only way for anything about this to actually be done, or to actually get done about it, right, is for them to actually press charges, or somehow bring repercussions to the stupid old fuck that was there, that was doing all this.
Americans, our right to free speech is fundamental, especially when it comes to holding our government accountable. What happened to Rebecca Massie is unacceptable.
And this is why I said that what she should have done is she should have just left the room with the officer and then challenged it in court. Because this, even if she had just left the room with the officer and then challenged it in court, that still would have made the headlines, made the news, and this statement still would have come out, and it still would have meant the exact same thing.
Citizen should ever be arrested for voicing their concerns, especially in a forum specifically designed for public input. And now some even expect legal action to be taken, with the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression sharing the video of the arrest in writing. City of Surprise, we'll see you in court. And so for now, we'll have to see where this goes, if a lawsuit gets filed, and then what comes from it. And then we just got...
And it absolutely should. Now I'm going to watch the rest of this video, and we'll see if I have anything further to add. If not, the next time you see me, I'll be saying bye, basically. All right, so I've watched most of this video. This one's only got like a minute left. And there's really nothing else that I really want to talk about. So, with that being said, thank you all for coming from my corner. I've been the DM as always. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you didn't, hit the dislike button, and let me know why you didn't like it. And until next time, I will see you all